Want to know the secrets of a long, happy life? Listen to those who lived it. Lesson 1. Choose kindness every day. Maria was 102 when she told me her story. During World War II, a hungry soldier knocked on her door. She had little food, but she shared her bread with him. Years later, that same man helped her son find a job. Maria smiled and said, "When you are kind to others, goodness comes back to you. It may take time, but it always returns." Lesson 2. Forgive quickly. At 105, Robert remembered a fight with his brother. They didn't speak for 3 years. Then his brother got sick. Robert visited him and said sorry. His brother cried and forgave him. They became close friends again. Robert told me, "Life is too short to stay angry. Forgive fast, love longer." Lesson 3. Move your body. Helen walked every morning for 80 years. She never stopped, even in rain or snow. At 101, she could still walk to miles. She laughed and said, "Your body is like a car. If you don't use it, it breaks down." Walk, dance, or swim. Just keep moving. Lesson 4. Eat simple food. Thomas lived on a small farm. He ate vegetables from his garden, bread, and eggs from his chickens. He rarely ate sugar or fast food. At 103, his doctor said his heart was strong. Thomas said, "Nature knows what your body needs. Eat food that grows from the ground." Lesson 5. Stay curious. At 104, Sarah was learning to paint. She had never painted before. She told me, "I want to try new things until my last day." Curiosity keeps your mind young and your heart excited. Lesson 6. Build strong friendships. James had the same 3 friends for 70 years. They met every week to talk and laugh. When one friend died, the others cried together. James said, "Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are there." Lesson 7. Don't worry too much. At 106, Anna remembered worrying about everything when she was young. She worried about money, her children, her health. She said, "Most things I worried about never happened." Worry steals your peace but solves nothing. Lesson 8. Laugh often. George loved jokes. Even at 100, he made everyone laugh. He said his wife left him because he made too many jokes. Then he laughed and said, "I'm joking." She died, but we laughed together for 60 years. Laughter is the best medicine. Lesson 9. Connect with nature. Margaret spent every afternoon in her garden. She grew flowers and vegetables. She talked to her plants. At 102, she said, "Nature calms your soul. When I touch the earth, I feel peaceful and grateful." Lesson 10. Save money, but don't be greedy. William worked hard and saved money his whole life, but he also helped poor families in his town. At 104, he said, "Save for hard times, but share with others. Money can't buy happiness, but helping others can." Lesson 11. Accept change. At 107, Dorothy had seen 2 world wars, new technology, and many changes. She said, "The world always changes. You can fight it and be unhappy, or accept it and find new joy." Lesson 12. Keep learning. Edward read a book every week until he was 105. He learned about history, science, and different countries. He said, "Your brain needs exercise just like your body." Reading keeps you smart and interesting. Lesson 13. Spend time with family. At 101, Rosa said her biggest treasure was her family. She had 5 children, 12 grandchildren, and 20 great-grandchildren. She told me, "Family is everything. They give you purpose and love. Always make time for them." Lesson 14. Do work you love. Michael was a teacher for 50 years. He loved helping children learn. At 103, he said, "When you love your work, it doesn't feel like work. Find something that makes you happy and do it well." Lesson 15. Don't hold grudges. At 100, Patricia remembered a neighbor who was mean to her for years. Instead of being mean back, Patricia baked her cookies. The neighbor cried and apologized. They became friends. Patricia said, "Holding grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die." Lesson 16. Practice gratitude. Every night before sleep, Frank said thank you for 3 good things that happened that day. He did this for 70 years. At 106, he said, gratitude changes your life. Even on bad days, you can find something good. Lesson 17. Take risks when you're young. At 102, Alice remembered leaving her small town to move to a big city. She was scared, but she found a good job and met her husband there. She said, don't be afraid to take risks when you're young. The biggest risk is living a safe, boring life. Lesson 18. Sleep well. Henry slept 8 hours every night for his entire life. He never stayed up late. At 104, his mind was sharp and clear. He said, sleep is not lazy. Sleep heals your body and clears your mind. Lesson 19. Help others. At 101, Grace volunteered at a hospital for 40 years. She held hands with sick people and listened to their stories. She said, when you help others, you help yourself. Giving makes life meaningful. Lesson 20. Live in the present. At 108, Arthur was the oldest person in his town. He said, don't live in the past with regret. Don't live in the future with worry. Live right now. This moment is all you really have. These 20 lessons come from people who lived long, full lives. They learned that happiness comes from simple things: kindness, friendship, health, and gratitude. You don't need money or fame to live well. You just need to love others, take care of yourself, and enjoy each day. Want to improve your English while learning more life lessons? Watch our other story videos and subscribe to our channel for new English learning content every week.